Andy Anderson recording again, this time from inside the motorhome studios. The last few weeks I've been out and about having fun, picking up Fieros, working on Fieros, going to Westgate, visiting Big D. I've had a fun couple of weeks here with the video, but today I am back inside the motorhome to get this recorded. I'll go over a little bit of an update, and there's something I want to touch to about the events of this past week. So, I will be finishing this segment today with a song. But first, these are little blue bobbins I welded together. I had a lot of fun working on this. This is for the Fiero. Well, was intended for the Fiero, we'll put it that way. I welded, painted, you can see the beautiful blue, and then I wrapped all this wire around it. The way a motor works is you have a magnet, and then you have an electrical coil. And when you energize this coil, it acts as an electromagnet. And it's going to either push or pull another magnet together. The problem is my neodymium magnets, I think they're N45 gravitational pull or magnetic pull, whatever they call that. But it's rated in N45, which I know there's one step a little bit higher, the N50s. I don't know if there's any other stronger than that, but N45 is pretty darn strong. If I let two of them come together, I cannot physically, with all my buffness, separate those two. The problem with these little blue coils that I invented, or tried to create, is that the metal, when it is not energized, will attract the magnets. And I need it to be able to have no magnetism whatsoever, because as the magnet comes near, I want attraction, but then I want opposition. So that once it gets past the magnet, it will repel it so that it creates motion. So incoming, outgoing. My problem was the magnets would come in, boom, and they would get stuck right there on the center. So unfortunately, these cute little blue bobbins of steel are not going to work. So I am working on creating a bobbin out of aluminum. I've tried a couple of those strong ties that you do to make the houses together. They're also magnetic. I thought maybe they wouldn't be, but they are. So hopefully next week I can show you my new coil for the bobbins that I come up with. I may just have to manufacture my own. I love this trial and error. I had something fun. It failed. So now I know metal inside my coil is not going to work. So I need something that's still strong, holds up to the temperature, because when you add current through those coils, they get hot pretty quick. So this is the torque converter. As you can see, I've ripped it to pieces. There's a lot of other parts. These things are actually really cool on the inside. But it's got all these fan blades right there to pump transmission fluid through it. So I want to use this. I've changed my plan a little bit to see if this works, because I need this gear on the inside. And this is nice and solid. So I'm going to grind out all of these pieces in here and try to mount the magnets on here, and then put the coils further out. That should give me a lot more leverage, because I got a longer line for force. So that should help the vehicle accelerate even more. So we'll see how this works out as another plan. This is what's inside your torque converter. If you ask me, it kind of looks like that mechanical snake thing on the beginning of Transformers. So it took me some work to rip that thing out, but you can see I had to grind down all the little edges on there. Still needs some cleanup, but we are getting another step closer to where we want to go. To the next little part of this segment. This past week, I had a very upsetting day. So I got met with the campus security officers, and they asked me a couple of questions. Apparently, somebody had decided it was worth their while to believe that I was following them around town. I have enough things to deal with. I'm not anxious to follow anybody around town when I'm still trying to catch up with myself. Aren't we all? But this person felt the desire to file a police complaint against that. merely because I have been going for the past 11 and a half months to the fitness center that this person works at. So I have been in association with this individual for almost a year. Yes, I've had some conversations with the individual, and of course I'm always having a laugh with whoever is there. Then when I go back to school, I'm in a social media marketing class as well as a creative writing class, which I really love that class. The teacher's really fun to, very personable. I've really enjoyed that class, getting out of my all my creativity out into paper, and it's really helping me with the Dragonville series. That's the reason why I actually went back and edited for the last month and a half, which kind of ties back into this police complaint. Is prior to this inspiration of going through and making Dragonvales, or Dragons Amongst Men, a much more enjoyable read, I did spend quite a bit of time at the gym talking to the employees. Not just one or two, all of them. It didn't matter who they were. I enjoy talking to people. But once I found a ambition and a desire to re-edit all nearly 500 pages of Dragons Amongst Men, I had more incentive to spend time working on that than I did talking to people, so that I can be prepared in how I want it to be, improving it in a way that I felt would be enjoyable to other people. And so for the last month, I went into the gym, checked in, 2 or 3 comments, hit the treadmill, did my stretching, a couple other exercises, and left. I didn't really associate or talk to many people during that month when I had this direct, straight ambition and goal to complete something that took me over a month to do. But during this time, I enjoy going to the college library to work. I put my headphones on, so I really don't get much distraction from people. But my peripherals, I see people coming and going. And it's just my nature to smile and say hello to people if we make eye contact one with another. I think it's the sociable and the polite thing to do. I get really annoyed when people, you meet eye to eye, and they just look away like you don't even exist. I was like, you know what? If you can't accept your outside surroundings, don't plan on others really accepting you either. So if you're going to alienate yourself from your surroundings, plan on being lonely. So there was one day I went into the library. I saw my ex-wife down at the basement, or at the bottom level, working on a computer. So what do? I'm not anxious to associate with somebody who has made me feel like the worst person in the world. So I bystep my ex-wife, who was just busy working, minding her own business, and doing what she needs to do to get further in life, which I can admire and compliment. So I go upstairs, and I'm working on my laptop, and up comes this employee from the fitness center. Again, wearing my headphones, somebody meets me eye to eye, and so I wave and she waves. Yes, I am there till about 7 o'clock at night that particular day. Why? Because I was on a roll. I was getting stuff done. I was excited. As Newton Law says, something in motion stays in motion. I had moving, so I didn't want to apply the pressure the other way and stop, and then have to reset up somewhere else later to accomplish the same stuff that I was getting done very quickly. So, according to the police report, she saw me at the college library. Therefore, I must be stalking her. And, ironically, she had seen me out in public. She saw me somewhere else, at some restaurant. I don't have the budget to really eat out. I admit, yes, there was a few restaurants I did go to. And here's the funny kicker. According to the police officers I spoke to, she recognized my vehicle. I've only associated with this individual inside the gym, and that's it. And a hello on campus once. Because she recognized my vehicle, I am stalking her. I think the tables are actually the other way around. So, girlie, if you are looking for attention, you got it, and it got dismissed very, very quickly. I will admit, yes, there is some cuteness to this individual, but by far not enough to spend my time chasing it. Here's a song coming up that actually was written for other purposes, but in this point in time, it's going to be a perfect situation to what I think about people who aggressively attack others without any cause or provocation to. So, I hope you enjoy this song. It's called Kiss My Ass. So many things that you've done to me broke my heart and drained it empty. Finally I said I've had enough, so here's the only words left to say. You can kiss my that I don't. So kiss my ass. Well, I hope you did enjoy the song. If you need to dedicate it to somebody, because I know we all have somebody to dedicate that song to at one point in time or another, feel free. Every now and then, it's just what we need to tell people. It's not what I want to say, it's not what I like to say, because I'd much rather have friends, I'd rather have a laugh and a good time. Unfortunately, some people don't allow that, so you've got to dismiss them out of your life, out of your way, and let them live their lives as miserably as they wish as you move on and proceed with your own goals and your own life. But in the meantime, I hope everybody else has a great week.